As Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn celebrate, and Roman Reigns tries to figure out what the hell happened. The question is, has the Bloodline finally imploded?
The question of the night. Has the Bloodline imploded? Ladies and gentlemen, this here is the Royal Club Wrestling Podcast with yours truly. I am the franchise one half of this show, better known as the podcast Tribal Chief. Better known as, well, I won't even say better known because it's not the case. Mr. One and Done. This right here is the Night of Champions recap show. Now, normally, y'all know how we do with our recap shows. It is basically highlights, favorite moments, favorite matches, all that, and then some. I just want to talk about 3 matches. 3 matches from Night of Champions that I want to discuss. Basically because these matches are the most telling, okay? So before I get into the heart of this conversation, which is the Roman Reigns Bloodline implosion, overall, once again, a phenomenal show from the WWE with their premium live events. They have not missed pretty much since Triple H has taken over as head of creative. Say what you want to say about this man. Say what you want to say about the merger, Vince coming back. Yes, we do see sprinkles of Vince's ideas and thoughts into the product, but the overall product has been clicking. It has been on fire. The premium live events are incredible now. And are we starting to see that they're showcasing, that the WWE is showcasing the range in which they are hitting with the globe, with the world, not just within the United States, but the world? I say that because Backlash was in Puerto Rico. We've seen how they showed out in Puerto Rico. By far, just incredible seeing that. You know, Clash at the Castle, that was incredible. We have Money in the Bank coming up next in London. They're showcasing things. Now, we all know that WrestleMania next year is going to be in Philly, but don't be surprised if not at one point in time, they actually do have a WrestleMania overseas. I'm not going to be upset if they did that because, yeah, we're seeing how live the crowd gets. We're seeing how excited they are when they engage in this. When they are invested, when the story, just in general, incredible show. And for those that was like, hey, like the Saudi deal, I was big on the Saudi deal. I wasn't really a big fan of it because of the political side of things. But, I mean, hey, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens was there. There has been change happening within that time frame that has allowed Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, especially Sami Zayn, to get over there. So, overall, another solid premium live event show. I do know that there's an NXT show that's taking place today, which I'm not really going to dive into that on this episode. Like I said, this is the recap show, and I want to talk about 3 particular matches of the night. So first things first, my match of the night and my moment of the night. Match of the night, hands down, was AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins, with Seth Rollins winning the World Heavyweight title. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. As far as the world title, we haven't talked about the world title. If you followed the Instagram page, RCW_podcast, you did see, the Ace may have said something. I said something about it, but I want to dive more into it because the Ace had some things to say about the location of the title. And we haven't really talked about it. Like, he posted something on his Facebook. I replied to it. A few other people had kind of was like, no, it's like this. And I was like, wait, hold up. So we're going to go back. We're going to go back in time, take the time machine, go back in time, and discuss that. Moment of the night, hands down. You heard it in the beginning. Michael Cole asked the question, has the Bloodline imploded? The Bloodline breakup. That was the moment. Jimmy super kicking Roman, that whole build up to it was the moment of the night. Somebody said it best. Look at what Roman Reigns has done. Roman Reigns has single-handedly elevated all the talent that has been around him. All the people that have been around him since he's come back have elevated their game. You cannot tell me that this man is not by far, as I said, the greatest of this generation. Matter of fact, round of applause for Roman Reigns for eclipsing 1,000 days. 1,001 days today, May 28th, 2023. 1,001 days this man has been our undisputed, unified, I can't even talk right. Let's run that back one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, for 1,001 days, one man has been our undisputed, universal heavyweight champion. We all know him as the head of the table, God mode himself, the GOAT, Roman Reigns. There, we got it. So, someone brought up a good, valid point that Roman Reigns elevates everyone. This is why he is the man. This is why he's doing what he's doing. Say what you want to say. Say like, oh, he's now just become a part-timer, all this other stuff. You can't get upset with the talent who get the contracts that's given to them. People were so upset about Brock Lesnar. Can't get upset with Brock. They gave him a contract. So y'all meaning to tell me that if a company gave y'all a contract with a large amount of money and said you only got to show up to work once or twice a year, max 5 times out of 365 days, y'all gonna turn that down? Most people, I wouldn't turn that down, but then I also would be like, you know what? Because I love the business so much, not to say that Brock or Roman don't love the business, because clearly they do. Let me insert myself more. But I also know that the absence makes the heart grow fonder. We all know that when Roman Reigns is gone, we are like, damn, like we really miss Roman. And when Roman shows up, we fall in love. We're so excited to see that Roman's back. Y'all, I see people hating on Roman. But when you see Roman appear and you see all the ones go up in the air, when you hear when he comes out and the crowd erupts, he's over. And everybody that's around him is over. He has the golden glove. We know he has the golden glove. We know he has the Midas touch. He makes everything better. So that was the moment of the night. My least favorite match, I think everyone will be in agreement, was Rhea Ripley versus Natty. That one was just a squash. We don't know what happened with that, why that even happened. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. There's a story that's going within that. I'm very curious to see what happens. It wasn't what I expected. Because a lot of people was out here saying this, had this notion. And I don't blame them for them feeling though as if it was a possibility that Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helms, Paul Levesque was going to now become this new authority figure and kind of be the reason why Brock attacked him, because we still don't know exactly why Brock Lesnar attacked Cody Rhodes. But maybe Triple H was the one to do this. Maybe they're going to hint into the fact that Triple H is going to now take Cody and be like, remember when you took the sledgehammer to the throne? This is my get back. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that we're just slowly seeing a change in the guard, whatever we want to refer to it as. Now, let's talk about the 3 matches in particular. I don't want to take much of your time with this match because I want to dive into the last 2. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. It's time. I don't think it's going to happen. There's been rumors about this happening, but it's time for Bianca to have a makeover. I've called her the female version of John Cena. I stand by that, which is why I don't think that what I want to happen and what has been rumored to happen is going to happen, which is Bianca has a whole new turn. She goes heel. I don't see that happening. I don't. Her fan base is too popular. We've seen young women, young girls, especially young black girls, draw to Bianca, love Bianca, and I don't think that the WWE is going to have her go heel. Maybe a slight change in the edge, get her a little edgy, but never a full-blown heel turn. Like I said, she's the female John Cena. But I am excited that Asuka did win the title. She well deserves it. Bianca's the present and the future. Trust me when I tell you, she's going to have other title reigns to come. And can we just talk about how they haven't swapped titles yet with the draft? So you have Rhea Ripley as your SmackDown Women's Champion on Raw, and you have Asuka as your Raw Champion on SmackDown. Can we talk about that? Can we, can there be more explanation behind this? Because it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Are we going to get a women's title makeover? I would love to see that. Or y'all just have them swap titles. Love to see something like that happen, because then technically Rhea can go to SmackDown and Asuka can go to Raw, because they represent those brands. But they're drafted to other brands. It doesn't. That's the only thing that doesn't make any sense to me, hands down. Let's talk about the world title match. Let's talk about Seth freaking Rollins becoming, I don't even know what you can call Seth Rollins now, because Grand Slam champ is kind of like, he's like the ultimate grand champ now. He's won every title. Legit. Every title. U.S. title, Intercontinental title, Tag Team title, United States title, I already said that. Universal title, Heavyweight title, and now World title. This man is, I will always say that Roman Reigns is the greatest in this generation. But Seth Rollins is the workhorse of this generation. Someone brought this up to me, and I'm going to do a deeper dive, but I want y'all to really think about what I'm about to say. If Roman Reigns is the Hulk Hogan of this generation, meaning he's the biggest star of this generation. Seth Rollins is the macho man to Roman's Hulk Hogan. Hogan was the face. Hogan was the man. Hogan was the one that was on that was in movies, that was doing talk shows. That was what Hulk Hogan was. Seth Rollins is the one that puts on the best matches. He's the one that does the best in-ring work. That's what Macho Man did. Macho Man always had arguably the better matches than Hogan did when they had matches, when they were on the same card together. That's what we're getting with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins deserves this title. When they introduced this world title, I think everyone in agreement said Seth Rollins is getting this belt. He deserves this title. Hands down. He does. Call it the second tier title. Call it the say what you want to say about this title. Secondary title, the second place trophy, the runner up, whatever you want to call it. This title, after the description that they gave, the legacy behind this title, because most people, when they first originally seen the title, thought it was just the world title, just upgraded. But there's history behind this title. They're paying homage to Bruno. They're paying homage to the McMahon family. They're paying homage to the 60 years of the history of the WWE in this title. So I don't look at it as a updated world title. I don't look at it like that. I thought it was until they broke it down. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch The Bump, I believe, where they describe in detail why this belt is so prestige. I agree with Bully. I feel like they should have presented Roman with a belt similar to this. We may see that this Friday on SmackDown with the celebration of 1,000 days, but we don't know how this is going to play out now. But Seth Rollins deserves this title. Now, when they introduced this title, a lot of people was confused because a lot of people were kind of like, oh, this is a Raw title. And then when you seen the tournament take place and you seen that there were SmackDown tournament matches going on too, people were like, whoa. I thought this was a Raw title. Why is SmackDown competing for this title? And I had to go back and play this clip from Triple H introducing the world title. And pay attention to what he said. Pay close attention to what he said.
This will be a champion you can respect, that you can admire. This will be a champion that will defend this championship anywhere, any place, anytime, all over the world.
This title is defended anytime, any place, anywhere. This title can travel between Raw and SmackDown. Hell, even in NXT if we wanted to. That is what I got from it. He never said that the title was exclusively on Raw. See, people think because he said that Roman, wherever Roman got drafted to, Roman will be there and the Universal title will be with him. The Undisputed Universal title will be with him. He never said that this world title will be exclusively on Raw. That's where it gets confused. That's where fans are kind of confused when they hear that, when they seen the SmackDown people lined up. So now Seth Rollins is our world champion. Well deserved. Well deserved. Where does this go from AJ? AJ, I would love to see AJ feud with Roman in the foreseeable future, because we know that those paths are going to cross. We know this all too well. But congratulations to Seth freaking Rollins. Like I said, well deserved. Now, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the main event. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa versus the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, for those exact titles. We seen on SmackDown, we seen leading up to this match, there was tension in the Bloodline. We started seeing it after WrestleMania, where the Usos lost the Undisputed Tag Team titles. We started seeing that they were kind of trying to make amends and be like, hey, we're going to rematch. Dedication to the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. They lost. Roman comes back. Roman's not happy. We start to see the tension start to marinate, start to brew. And it all culminated last night. But it hit a fever pitch on Friday when Jimmy Uso said, I am the tribal chief. And the one person that we have to pay attention to is the wise man. We have to pay attention to Paul Heyman. Because when Jimmy Uso referred to himself as the tribal chief, the wise man said, why would you do that? Why would you say that? At Night of Champions, Paul Heyman, at one point in the very beginning, if you go back and watch, in the very beginning, Paul Heyman has a look on his face, a very concerned look on his face as Roman Reigns is appearing to be out of character. He's appearing not to have control of what's going on. That's when you know there's trouble on the island of relevancy. We all seen what happened. Jimmy and Jey Uso come out. They attack Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. They get back in the ring. Well, they attack Kevin Owens. They get back in the ring to attack Sami Zayn. We seen the kicks to Sami. Then they kicked Solo by accident, intentional. Not intentional. We seen what happened. Roman gets in the ring. We seen the kick. We seen the kick. The kicks. Not just one, but two. So now we're left with what happens now. Where do we go from here? And here's my thoughts. And this is what I would love to see. Rumored that the Usos will be facing Roman Reigns and Solo at Money in the Bank. But what needs to happen is what I've been saying needs to happen for a very long time. And I will continue to say this because it fits that it happens this way, which is Roman Reigns in Solo, or Solo by himself, eliminates Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is the cause of the Bloodline to implode. And he's been getting away scot-free. You've seen the look on Roman's face. Roman looked broken at the end of Night of Champions. Completely broken. It is time for the wild Samoan to come out of Roman, to come out of Solo, to destroy Sami Zayn. Because I don't think Sami Zayn is done with this. Sami Zayn may say, yeah, we're done. But I don't think he really is. Because I don't think he's going to be done until Roman does no longer have that title, those belts. I don't think that he's done until then. And I think that's going to be the downfall of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Is Sami Zayn's obsession over getting rid of the bloodline. So that's just my personal opinion. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, where does this leave with the Usos? Are we going to see a Jimmy versus Roman Reigns? Are we going to see what exactly is going to happen with the bloodline? What's going to happen with Roman and Solo? The one person that's going to benefit the most out of this is going to be Solo. Solo is definitely going to be the one that's going to be the standout star of this whole entire story. You know, until a certain guy decides that he wants to show up and, you know, eventually have this monumental match. I won't hold my breath. I won't. Y'all seen the last video I did addressing him. So I'm not going to anymore. I'll believe it when I see it. Like I told y'all. SummerSlam. We don't get Dwayne SummerSlam. I don't want Dwayne at WrestleMania. I don't. But overall, when you talk about story, this right here continues to be the best story in pro wrestling right now. The Bloodline. Someone said, JD, I believe, said it best. He said that this title, the world title, is the workhorse title. That's going to be the title that's going to be put on matches. It's going to be the match. It's going to be the match of the night type of title. But when you want story in the cinematic and the cinema of wrestling, you're going to Roman. You're going to the Bloodline. You're going to whatever Roman is doing. That's the story. Seth just has the workhorse. Seth is just the workhorse. So, let me know what y'all thought of Night of Champions. Let me know what y'all thought was your match of the night, moment of the night. There was still the Becky versus Trish match. There was the Gunther versus Ali match, which stole the show. Not steal the show, but it was a good, solid match. You know, Ali did show out and show up. Show up and show out. Let me change that. Yeah. Bianca and Asuka, you know. So, solid match, solid premium live event. Let me know what y'all thought of the card overall. Leave it in the comments right there below. Once again, this is I, the franchise, one half of the World Cup Wrestling Podcast. If you did not catch the State of the Pod address, I did say that, you know, not sure what's happening. Me and the Ace, we have spoken. Everything's good. Like I told y'all before, that's my brother for life. I love that man. We will be back. It will not be that long till you see myself, the Ace that runs the place, back together, talking wrestling, doing what we love to do, which is bring y'all laughters and joy. But I will say this, and I said this before, if y'all didn't catch the announcement that I made on the Instagram page, I'm saying it now on the YouTube channel. I am no longer speaking on AEW. That will be the Ace that runs the place. Y'all want to know anything AEW? He's the person that you will go to. I am no longer talking AEW. Not on here. I'm the franchise podcast tribal chief. I am out. Love every last one of y'all that tune in. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this here page if you haven't already. And if you have, If you haven't been keeping up to date, because as I said in the State of the Pod, more video will be dropping. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be updated with when they're dropping. I'm out. Love y'all. Later.